Hello and welcome back to Newsroom Nigeria. This is where we give you hot, fresh and sizzling news all day long. If this is your first time here, you have not subscribed to this channel, what are you doing? Please make sure you subscribe, turn on the post notification bell. Also leave your opinions in the comment section below as well. Don't forget to give this video a massive thumbs up. It's really important because that way we encourage to keep giving you more reliable and authentic news. Without further delay, let's delve right into the details of today's news. Labour Party's 2023 presidential candidate Peter Obi has called on Nigerians to take advantage of the continuous voter registration (CVR) exercise by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) and obtain their permanent voter cards (PVCs). INEC on Monday commenced the nationwide CVR exercise, which includes online pre-registration ahead of the forthcoming off-cycle elections in Anambra, Osun and Ekiti States, as well as the 2027 general elections. In a statement shared on his social media handle titled "PVC is a bridge to a new Nigeria," Obi urged Nigerians, both young and old, to register and ensure they are eligible to vote. His statement reads, "The future of our dear nation is in your hands. The greatest strength of democracy is in the voter's card. Your PVC is the voice of the voiceless, the shield of the weak, and the weapon of the poor for a better life against injustice and bad leadership." I appeal to every Nigerian: get organized and make election rigging difficult. Go out, register, collect your PVC, and hold it firmly as your bridge to a new Nigeria. Let us know this: those who buy votes are not offering you charity. They only invest in their own corruption. They buy votes so that they can buy their way into our treasury to steal public money. When they get into that office, they would loot the funds that should have been used to build schools, hospitals, and provide good jobs. Such people are not leaders. They are criminals in disguise. They are no better than killers, armed robbers, and kidnappers because they commit the same crime of destruction. To those who sell their votes, you are not just selling an election, you are selling the very opportunity that would have lifted you and your family out of poverty. You are selling the schools that your children should have attended, the hospitals that should save your loved ones, and the jobs that would have given you dignity and a better life. Those who buy your vote are only buying it to make a profit from the seat of power, not to serve you. The power to change this country is in your hands, and looters will only loot when we give them the opportunity. Your vote counts. If it doesn't, they would not be desperately buying that vote. The former governor stated that every Nigerian must rise and take responsibility for building the nation. Peter Obi added that our democracy is at stake. That is why I urge every eligible Nigerian to register, collect and safeguard your PVC, and when the time comes, use it wisely. Vote for leaders of competence, character, capacity, and compassion. Leaders who will put you first. Do not be intimidated, do not be deceived, and do not be bought. He urged everyone to stand together and prove that Nigeria belongs to the people, not to those who trade the future for their selfish gain. Register to vote because a new Nigeria starts with you, Peter Obi concluded. What are your thoughts on this? Please let's have them in the comment section below. I wish for Nigeria where people do not and will never collect money in exchange for votes. I wish for a Nigeria where 5,000, 10,000, even 20,000 makes no sense, and it's not of importance. Not that it's not going to buy anything in the market. I'm not talking of inflation to the extent that you cannot spend 20,000 to buy anything in the market. I'm talking of a situation, a Nigeria where people are comfortable, they are contented in the fact that 20,000 naira cannot get them anything tangible to the extent that they would now sell their votes. I'm wishing for a Nigeria where people do not have the poverty of the mind, because even before you become poor in money, you have to first of all be poor in your mind first. You have to see yourself in such a way that, this situation I'm in, I cannot get out of it. That would now make you sell your vote. That would now make you very hopeless to the extent that You think that 10,000 naira, that 20,000 naira will get you something, instead of actually voting in the right person. That way, people are able to even hold their public office holders. They're able to hold them accountable. I wish for a Nigeria where politicians can no longer buy votes. They can no longer buy people's votes with money. A Nigeria where people would publicly hold public officers accountable. I wish for that Nigeria where people would start asking questions like, what do you do for a living? Like, what is your source of wealth? I wish for a Nigeria where people would not just praise you just merely due to the fact that you have money. People do not overlook your crimes, your sins, your excesses just because, oh, he's wealthy. I wish for a Nigeria where people would, say the truth to the face of these politicians. I would not feel ashamed or intimidated in any way. I feel like, what Peter Obi has said it's really very important, and very, very, very important and impactful. If these politicians do not see your vote as anything, they would not buy it. They would not go through thick and thin to make sure that they buy your vote with money. They know the power that is associated with your vote. That is why they want to buy it. They know the power that is associated with it. And I think that the day that this vote buying will stop is the day that Nigerians realizes that no amount of money is equal to the value of their vote. Is the day that Nigerians realize that the suffering that they would get when they sell their votes is more than the enjoyment they will get after spending 20,000 naira or 5,000 or 10,000 naira in the market. I just hope that Nigerians in this next election, we see a different habit from voters, from the electorate, a situation where people would, reject money. I know that with one day we are going to get there, but how soon? How soon are we going to get there? A situation where Nigerians would not collect money. I hope for that day. The day that happens, that's the day that it don't be for all of these politicians, all of these people making mouth and misbehaving when they get to power. There will no longer be such a scene where politicians will misbehave in office, because they know that, once I misbehave, these people that voted for me, they have a right of recalling me. They have a right to recall me. They will watch what they do. And ultimately, I just hope that, not only that these politicians have the fear of God, I hope that there is a punishment, for corruption, that politicians actually go to prison or even get killed. That penalty is really very important, because I now know that it is only that death penalty that can instill fear into the minds of people, nothing else. In Japan now, can you imagine an ex-president in Japan was sentenced to death for collecting bribe? They already know it's the standard. They know that once you do this, it's death. So now death is death penalty. The other day I was watching a video where you cannot even advertise and over-advertise. When I say over-advertise, you cannot advertise what you are not giving to people. Even when you're advertising biscuits, the shape of the biscuit you're advertising must match the content inside. That is how stringent their laws are. You cannot say because it's just advertisement, shebi is advertisement, then you over-advertise. And then when people get the products, they don't get what you have advertised is not what they're getting. I just hope for a Nigeria where laws are not just laws, bills are not just being passed, but it's actually being followed to the T, and it's actually being executed. Let's have your thoughts and your opinions in the comment section below. Thank you very much for listening and watching. I will see you all in my next video. Bye for now.